Look at that. It's us. Your favorite dudes. Doing what we do best, which is deferring to Ben to start things off. Take it away, host Ben.
Sure. Absolutely. Welcome back to Take 20. That is the companion podcast to the Rolling 20's D&D podcast. I am the host, Ben. Hello. Welcome back. Today we'll be going over episodes 19 and 20, very conveniently named Night at the Museum and Fright at the Museum. Thank you, Fraya, for
You're
that.
welcome.
Easy to remember, those easy to remember titles. Joining us today, we have DM Fraya. And players Blair, Josh, Daniel, and they are playing characters Adrian, Valafar, and Derek, respectively. Josh, your name is not updated on Vorpal board, so that's why that pause came in.
Spoiler.
So yeah, well, if you haven't listened to the first 18 episodes, nothing happens. Anyway, we actually do get
ever.
We kind of actually get a good recap towards the end of episode 20. So if you're lost, I guess scrub to the end and then come back here. Before the episode officially begins. Actually, you know what? Before this podcast officially begins, how are we all doing? Everyone have a good time?
Yeah.
Good week?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we're
These two, we're doing.
It's going.
We're coming off of episode 17 and 18, which are super lighthearted and fun.
Oh yeah.
A lot of carnival games in Scarleton. Derek's favorite city. Not. And we get lighthearted banter at the beginning of episode 19. To which I just want to remind Freya that your next campaign is hot dogs versus corn dogs inside of Kalis' stomach.
Yep.
I'll play it.
Why did you ruin our
I'll
Halloween
play it.
one shot like
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Why would you spoil that for our Halloween one
man.
shot?
You monster.
I thought our Halloween one shot was going to be the left Twix and right Twix factories.
Well, that's gonna be part of it. Yeah, they're inside of Kalis.
Yeah.
Dad bod Kalis. You have to
Yep.
be. It's inside of Dad bod Kalis.
Yeah, should I just post Dad Bod Kalis, the 2-minute version? Should I just social media that with no explanation?
Yes.
It's
Yes,
so
you
bad.
should.
Please.
Yes.
Okay.
But we start with the group trying to come up with a plan to smuggle out or somehow get a hold of a coin that they are trying to, get for one of their missions, most notably Adrian's mission for them. Secondarily, just wreck shop is the other mission set to them by Venta?
Filthy.
Zilphine, other Z.
I know.
The
Boy.
other one.
It's
It's
other one.
technically an X, but that doesn't
poor
help.
Daniel. He gets lost
Yeah.
in the Z's too, man.
Yeah. It doesn't help, spoilery, and we'll get there. It doesn't help that I actually have to remember both names this time.
Right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, at least their
Oh, boy.
personalities are way different, you know? At least I wasn't a dick and made them like the same person. That would have been fun.
They're not sisters.
They
Um,
don't seem to be.
they don't seem to be. So, the first 40 minutes of this podcast, I believe, is a very intricate planning session of trying to get into the museum the best way possible. Spoiler alert, you don't follow that very long.
At all.
At all.
Not very long. At all.
No.
At all.
No. The
Real quick, there, someone in someone's background, we have a guest person with us. I don't know if it's anything mitigatable. If not, it's fine. I don't know. I can't tell if it's a TV or if it's a person talking or what's going on there.
I think we're hearing Blair's grandmother.
Yeah, pretty much. Sorry.
Okay, no, you're fine. I didn't know if that was a thing that was,
Asian households for you, man. They all have them.
You are totally fine. It is acceptable. Well, we got a guest with us tonight, and that's fine. Anyway, planning. It doesn't work.
Well, one of the plans is to disguise as, and I missed the name, but one of the old money people on a billboard that everyone sees. To which Adrian immediately spots a cloak on the owner of the museum, Amphid. This cloak has a lot of eyes on it. Adrian's like, disguises won't work. No, this isn't gonna. This plan is bad. So the group then has to still also try to figure out what to do with Kalus's mark on his head, because disguises won't work, as we've said. Tinny alters Kayla to be an orc, half orc. I missed if there was half or not.
Yes.
Half orc.
Half orc.
To try to maybe make maybe make sense as to why there's a mark of the betrayer gods, the orc betrayer god, on him. After a lot of discussing, Adrian just says, all right, fine, fuck it, I'll pay our way in. And you all march to the front of the line and offer 40 platinum to just get in right away. This hour-plus long line you just cut in front of, which one of the very rich ladies of Scarlet Tin took huge offense to this and offered 400 platinum that you never get let into the museum. Yay, petty rich people.
Gotta love rich people, huh?
Petty rich people.
Petty rich people. You, Josh, then remember that you were given, or you won, a paintball gun.
Yep.
Which I was very happy to see used. This was not the best of contexts to use them. Immediately as you pull that out, everyone else pulls out their guns.
Apparently, I forgot that rich people are also gun nuts. So
you're in a pirate haven city.
Yeah,
everyone's packing
too.
here, man. If it's not a gun, they will stab the fuck out of you. So
yes.
The funny thing is, I had a great one line that I just did not use. I was gonna go, "You want to speak into the microphone, lady?" Even though there's no microphone available or in any context.
Thankfully, we de-escalate that situation before before anyone gets shot. Immediately, somebody gets shot. Amphid, when talking to you, to be like, maybe don't do that, looks kind of over your shoulder and sees someone picking fruit from one of the trees on the museum property.
Mm-hmm.
It is a gnome. Amphid is basically, hey, don't do that. And the gnome just said, hey, fuck you, shoots him and leaves.
Yeah. So fun fact, this is
Mhm.
inspired by a real story.
Oh, boy. Go ahead.
Yeah. So first thing, in real life, no one gets shot. So know that at the start.
Okay.
This was in Idaho last summer, where Casey and I were working as essentially wilderness trail crew leaders. And we all lived on a ranger station when we were between projects. And I forget exactly why, but there was a situation where there was just one of the team members at the station alone. And she goes outside and sees a dude picking cherries on federal property, like 40 feet outside of her house. And is like, hey, dude, what's up? And he's like, oh, I'm picking cherries. I already filled up a 5-gallon bucket of them. And she's like, okay, first of all, we've been waiting all season to make pies out of those. And second of all, this is federal property. What are you doing? And he pulls a gun on her and says, I've been doing this for whatever, 30 years, and you're not going to stop me. I pay taxes, therefore I own this.
No,
Yeah.
no.
And by pull the gun,
hellbillies.
I don't mean just was like, hello, here's my gun. Pointed gun at said person. Yeah, and then we told law enforcement, and they were like, yeah, that happens.
Did you get your cherries?
No. no one else was there to push the issue. She was like, I'm not getting shot over this. Like, fuck it, we can go buy cherries if we want to. You know? So, yeah, and I had told a certain Blair and a certain Melody this story, and it was the week before this episode, and they were like,
And I was like, you should use this
should
in a
use
like
that.
level 1 quest for like a beginning adventuring party.
Yeah, and I was like, you sure you want me to use this? And they were like, it would be great. And I was like, cool. I'm going to be a genie. I'm going to twist everything else that you just said, and you're going to get this. So, yeah, this was inspired by a thing.
What hath you unleashed?
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking great, to be honest with you. As long as no
But I
one was
just thought
harmed, like, dude,
it'd be
use this
fun to
story. This
just
is great.
Turn
Yeah.
him into a little steampunk gnome cowboy, and you know, it felt appropriate to me. So that's why that showed up in there. Just so you know, there's some trivia for you. So what I'm saying is, everyone else in the party blame Blair.
Oh, it worked out in the end, kind of.
I was about to say.
For you guys, not really. For my character, yes, it did work out very much. We'll get to that.
So that, I mean, it worked insofar that everyone got inside the museum. In the chaos of Amphid being shot, Milo does a Milo thing and sneaks inside while a lot of the crowd is dispersing, saying, oh my fucking god, someone got shot, let's get out of here. And some people are like, yeah, let me just, I'll be right there. I'll be right, you know, pretending to run and kind of lollygag. It's like, oh, what's happening? Kalis stands by the guards and does nothing. I still don't know what Kalis's plan was.
He's a moron. That's his plan.
Well, okay. I think the plan ended at make Critical Role reference by naming his half-orc Oscar. And that was it.
I
think he was just trying to be a distraction or something, but you know, it's a little hard to compete with the dude's boss being shot in front of him, you know, as
yes.
Yeah.
Tinny goes to heal Amphid, notices the wound is actually turning him to stone a little bit.
It was very weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still don't understand what was happening with that.
No. I don't think we got any more explanation other than that happened.
Yeah.
It definitely happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming we're not going to get more explanation from Fraya other
Fuck
than,
no.
that happened.
No.
Come on. We might see this gnome again. Maybe we'll learn more later. We don't know.
I don't know. We might see
that gnome is the big bad. I'm putting $5 on that. That gnome is the big bad of our entire campaign.
Yeah, because we trust you right now.
I mean, I create characters that eventually become villains all the time.
It's true. It's
Seems
true.
like it.
2 for 2 right
now. As the commotion's happening, Milo goes to an elevator, and also notices that he's not the shortest one here. Very often, the crowd is filled with like halflings and then also bigger folk as well. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. So he can't quite hide as well.
Nope, bunch of gnomes here.
Doesn't really matter much anyway. Tini and Adrian help Amphid up. Amphid Morsashi. Right? Morsashi.
Yes.
I will mess that up.
In another world, he would have been a samurai fighter.
Is it Amphid like OM or like AHM?
AMPHIED.
Amphid. He should have had a French accent because he is Amphid.
Amphid. I just dropped my pen, so hopefully the mic didn't pick that up. Anyway, everyone does eventually get to go inside, basically because Tinny and Adrian are like, yeah, this group's with us, and Tinny just healed you, so please let us in. Great. Milo immediately gives up and rejoins the group. Which
was intelligent.
Yes. From his elevator escapade part 1. Then basically at this point, Mr. Morsashi is like, maybe we're not doing the opening. But let me get healed first. So everyone goes into a quiet room with a Goliath and Mr. Morsashi. The Goliath is the bodyguard. And Amphi disappears, reappears a minute later, rather upset, in a business way, also in the I just got shot sort of way. I believe at this point everyone's kind of rushing for doors. No one really makes it to doors.
Everyone is like, it's like it's like that scene from Squid Game. It's like Squid Game. Everyone's like red light.
Yes.
We totally weren't going about to steal everything.
This is the
Exactly.
moment. So I didn't know what any of their planning was. They did that all, away from my eyes. This was the exact moment I realized they had already fucked their entire plan up, and I was like, "Good, great." We're 10
Funny thing
minutes
is,
in.
like, I think that the plan was still actually kind of on track
Yeah, it was.
until Milo broke off. Once Milo went to go do his own thing, it just derailed everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was scoping out doorways to get into the basement, but I wasn't immediately trying to get into the basement in the presence of Unfeed.
And you also, anytime we're trying to get to the basement, just missed the check to get in, over and over again.
It was really Milo that just
Trigger-rolled.
threw Adrian
Yeah.
into a panic.
Yeah.
Surprise.
I could just let him go. Like, Adrian
Yeah.
could just let him go and forget about it.
Could have,
Sometimes-
but Adrian wasn't really thinking about that. Adrian was more like, I hope he doesn't go down there and alert people and fuck up the whole thing.
This is
Yeah,
also
and he also,
Adrian's
like,
first.
Adrian didn't know Milo at all, so
Yeah.
he had
Yeah.
no way to know. No one really warned
Yeah.
him.
So Amphi postpones the opening, but is very excited to give the group that just saved him a private tour of all of the museum. Oh my goodness, this is a big museum. Anyway, and Amphi can go on and on,
Yep.
on and on and on and on and on, which is a wonderful character and leads to a lot of, as someone's under his arm basically and he's going off about this, everyone behind him is playing red light green light to get to any sort of door or escalator, not escalator,
Let me
any sort of
out.
elevator.
Let me out. I didn't sign up for a tour. I didn't sign up for a guided tour, please.
Yes.
I hate museums when I'm on a guided tour.
Ah.
I love museums when I'm going to like a regular guided tour. But when you put me on a guided tour where I have to listen to a 65-year-old woman who does this every single day and has no actual interest in this, just drone on and on and on and on. And this was the guy who did this to another guy. And they're very sharp. I've done this 85 times this week. I have absolutely no interest in this. I barely get paid anything. Or at all, because I might be a volunteer.
Right. Oh,
It just
my
ruins the entire experience of going to a museum for me.
see that. There's some guided tours where I'll be like, if someone is interested in the thing they're talking about, it's really cool to see that side and see like maybe their insight to things that maybe aren't on the plaques or you wouldn't pick up on your own. But then you get the tours that are just like, yeah, let me get 30 people at a time, walk them through this 15-minute section, and walk back and get 30 people at a time. Yeah. There's two different types of guided tours. When you're getting a private one from Omfeed, he is very happy about this. When you're in real life,
He's
Yeah.
a nice dude.
Mhm.
he's a
lot of
nice dude.
knowledge,
That
too.
this,
And you're catching
Yeah.
them on like day like 1, right? It's like you're not catching like guided tour 725 days into their
Yeah,
job,
Yeah.
right?
The opening.
I know. It just,
Yeah.
I have had such bad experiences in high school at a museum.
oh
That it
gosh,
just-
That's fair.
the high school trips. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
those
ones hurt.
are
Those ones hurt.
yeah. Kalis and Tinny ask to go off to a powder room to reapply Kalis's half-orc design, which has to come through every 10 minutes. Hooray! This is fun. They are teleported, in theory, to a different dimension, area, thing that's not connected to the museum.
I love that he
theory.
has his own porta potty dimension.
Yes.
He has a porta potty dimension.
Yes. This is a lot of kind of yakety sack, Scooby Doo, in one door,
Very
out another.
Scooby-Doo.
Everyone's trying to get everywhere at the same time.
Mhm.
Milo's off to my notes just say employee only. So Milo's downstairs. Adrian Nat Ones and is back with the tour group.
Mhm.
Yep.
Everyone but Derek dashes to Milo's spot, I believe, when Omfeed is taking Kalis and Tinny to the
At some
bathroom.
point, yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
One of those 5 times he had to go back there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where Sashi
I will
comes
say this:
back.
I was happy that in that entire. No, we haven't gotten there yet. Never mind.
Okay.
Oh, we got to the part yet.
No. Mr. Musashi comes back. My next note just says Milo. Oops, I forgot to fill in those words. Probably fails a lock picking check and then just sits down. Derek
No,
and
Milo
Adrian
actually starts doing kind
Oh,
of
shit.
successful
Does
rogue
start
stuff
doing
for
more.
the first time ever,
Mhm.
which is mind blowing. He actually gets in a door and he's like looking around, scoping stuff out while everyone else is trying to catch up to him. It's impressive.
Derek and Adrian keep getting the tour.
Oh,
That doesn't
okay.
seem right because my next note says Adrian spams the elevator button. So I think at that point,
Yeah.
Adrian finally broke away.
Yeah.
How is it? Everybody except Derek left the group.
Yes.
Yes, they're either
Yeah.
down
I
in the
was the
basement
only one there.
or in the bathroom. I know it's just Derek left alone.
Yes. Adrian and Quilly then run to the elevator. Adrian spams the elevator button like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Kalis and Tinny ring the bell that they were told to ring so they get the teleport back with the tour group. Derek is left to peruse the compendium books alone. He's the only one on this tour at this point.
Yep.
Oh boy. Milo tries a door. Kalis
Milo
gets
should
teleported.
never try doors. We agree on this, right? Milo should never try doors.
Milo should try one door every town.
He was doing well until the group caught up to him.
Yes.
And then he succumbed to the audience pressure.
Yep.
Yes. Kalis gets
He got
teleported.
stage fright.
Yes.
I can
Kalis
see
gets
that.
teleported back. Ralph's.
Yep.
Just, again. Kayla's just. That's right. Then Amphi teleported somewhere, came back with a mop,
Yep.
teleported away with the mop. Milo fails a lockpick now that he's being watched. Just walks away from
Can't
that
do
door.
it while you're watching. Gosh.
I did love that when he fails it, he just walks away from the door. Just
Yeah.
like, fuck this
Well,
one.
Fuck this
Yeah.
one. So good. The next room that the tour goes on is a Fort Thunderhead reenactment.
Yep.
Oh, if only Volcar got to see that one.
No.
Fuck you.
know.
Fuck you all.
No. I think Fraya even said, "Man, I tried to do something nice for you. You leave the party before I even get there."
Right?
How was I supposed to know?
You weren't. You weren't.
The
I
Fraya give it.
created a very convincing pirate character, and everyone was just shitting on him the entire time.
It was your fault.
It was that was
Yeah.
actually the first character I ever created ever in D&D. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean. It has a very special place in my heart.
I mean,
Valfar's
maybe if you-
entrance to the ladies wasn't very
Mhm.
harmonious.
Yeah, he kind of invited the shitting upon of himself.
Yeah, I get that.
It was a choice. I understand.
I know.
Valfar's cool, but
Yeah.
you know the character's
Now he
reaction
is.
to him were.
Now he is.
Then he said he was eavesdropping on everybody.
Yeah.
And reading
right,
through
yeah.
their diaries and books,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I mean Valafar would do when left alone on a ship for 2 days, but
What else is he
Yeah,
gonna
now
do,
he
right?
was there and he was sneaking around.
Oi. So let's see. Milo goes for room D, and for oh, that's what I did. Milo went through like what? Room B, tried room H, gave up, went for room D, which my note is room D for damn. I hope I find something here. Milo being very frustrated, kind of, that he failed the lockpick, does not think of any traps, like a spring floor tile trap that he steps on and gets flung up very far. And comes back down and takes damage.
Yep.
He'll learn one day, I hope.
One day. Hopefully. At that point, the elevator finally dings, and Quilly, Valafar, and Adrian come down. They go to room B. Get in through room B and see the door to room H is a little open. Oh no. Milo sees that room H is a little open. That has just weapons and stuff in it. Adrian casts Detect Magic? Something like that. And
Yeah,
notices
Val and Adrian
that,
each do.
yes, both do. And that there's illusory magic on the wall to room G. It's like half a wall. The top half is an illusion, which is very suspicious, interesting,
Don't be suspicious.
questionable. Don't be. Don't be.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
That was the entire thing of our.
That was the entire heist. Don't
Yeah.
be suspicious. Oops, I failed that. But
We
Amphi
failed
doesn't
so
care.
completely.
Yeah, because Milo goes to lockpick a door, rolls a nat 1. But it's okay. Milo's a halfling. Has the luck trait. Stat, one of them. Gets to reroll once.
Yep.
Once. And rolled another 1.
Yep. Somehow.
Somehow, some amazing way, as Milo fails the lockpick, is immediately deafened and blind, like a flashbang went off, and oh my fucking god, there's a polar bear. Like bursts through the door.
Yep. Ben, were
Because
you ready
why
for
not?
this? Were you ready for
Why
a polar
not?
bear?
I was ready for this, dude.
Just a random polar bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fort Thunderhead, I'm ready for a polar bear, not in the basement of a museum in Scarleton,
Right.
the pirate capital. Give me a
Furthest place a fucking polar bear would ever be.
Mhm.
A city in the desert.
Yep.
give me a kraken. I'll believe that more than a polar bear. Jeez. Criminy.
Poor Milo, man. He just gets fucking mauled.
He gets mauled.
I
I
doesn't
truly-
even know what happened.
I truly have that scene from The Revenant of Leonardo DiCaprio just getting absolutely destroyed by the bear. That's how I saw Milo.
God,
Yeah,
I don't
that's-
see it that way. I know he gets mauled by a bear, but being blind and deaf to it is just like something else entirely.
It's so much worse. It's so
Couldn't
much
even
worse.
struggle back.
Yeah.
It's just like, yep, something's happening.
Just like what was everyone else thinking, even out of character at that moment? Like,
What the fuck?
I mean, like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Like, generally, like,
This
what
is
the
our
fuck?
life. This is our life now.
Everyone
like,
was
why is
already
there a
so
fucking
stressed out
bear?
looking.
Yeah.
And as soon as he
Oh,
did that and he failed the trap,
yeah.
I was like, this is about to get so much worse for
I was
everyone.
looking at Melody, and she was just like, "Oh, of course." So
Val in his head is like, I'm here for the coin. Oh, fuck. These people are going to get. This is my life now. I'm stuck with these people.
these people that just summon random bears to
Why do
attack
they?
them.
I mean, I will say this. I got to use my flourishes for the first time, which was great. In that encounter, which was made
It-
me feel like Jack Sparrow a little bit.
Yes. And meanwhile, back in the tour with Derek and the date.
Let's
Which
remember, Tinny is still holding a giant 3
That's-
plushies this entire time.
just about to say that because you left me a note from last
Mhm.
podcast to remember that, which is incredible. Adds so much. Just makes me giggle.
Right.
We get to floor 2. We enter the Shrine of the Silver Monk. I mean, the Shrine of the Silver and Green Dragons.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I just got images of that show. Side of the Silver Monkey. That
Yes.
fucking monkey.
Yeah.
That fucking monkey, man. Oh my god, I
There's-
hate
There's a YouTube video of a compilation of kids failing to put that monkey together.
It
Oh,
had to
no.
have been
Three-piece.
rigged. It had to have been rigged because there's no way that many people can fail on that freaking monkey.
Yeah.
That is the bane of all of that entire show.
It's so good though. It's so good. I think at one point there's like temple guards that start helping some of the kids out with the shrine.
Jesus Christ.
But this is when Tinny and Kalis are just like, yeah, we're just treating this as a museum date now. Date part 2. I'm like, yeah, date part 2 with your parent chaperone Derek.
I just
I'm
like,
sure-
like,
I'm sure
they're
Derek's
having a
not-
good time, and Derek's just like,
Part of the original plan was for when they get in, they're on a date, and I'm the third wheel.
Oh, so that didn't go to plan. Right, I forgot about that. There's a lot of shit being said there.
Okay, well that's fantastic.
That
I
was
did
more
not
of a
know
joke
that.
than it was
Oh.
part of the
That
actual
worked.
plan.
Yeah,
But
it worked. Completely a part of the plan.
The
Oh.
plan held together.
Nothing went wrong.
Nothing went wrong at all
hey,
whatsoever.
Valfar was supposed to be up there with you in that original plan.
Well,
What?
doing his own shit.
Before we get to the bear initiative, what was the original
The bear
plan?
initiative.
The original plan was there was supposed to be a lot more people in the museum, and it was not supposed to be a guided tour. So
Right.
it was supposed to be Kalis, Tinny, Valafar, and Derek finding some way to absolutely just complete that original mission, fuck things up on the first and second floor.
Right.
And then it was
Jar
supposed to
Giant's
be
fest.
yeah, and then it was supposed to be Adrian,
Fucking-
Quilly,
I ain't
and Milo
hearing.
going down to the basement to steal anything of notable value, along with the coins if they were down there.
Well, even if we followed that plan, coins weren't down there, so it didn't matter.
No.
Didn't
Oh,
know
yeah,
at
The
the
original
time.
plan was also to see the first and second floor before
Yeah.
going down to the basement.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
So-
original plan was to scope out the museum, second floor, because Adrian didn't have any information on it yet,
That's right.
and he causes distraction and send down the filtration team.
Yeah. So obviously, if we had hit the second floor and the coins are up there, then the whole basement thing would have been just scrapped, and we'd have to come up with a new plan anyways. But
Yeah.
I'm really glad Milo broke off from the group because I knew there was a chance the basement wasn't seen, and I was going to be very sad about that because, you know, I had a lot of fun writing it. So I'm glad things turned out this way.
It's not like Milo broke off, because if he broke off, like, he could have just like gaslight Umfried.
Yeah. Everyone also panicked.
Yeah.
True. Well, that's what happens when Milo had a whole hour.
Gave Milo way too much freedom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You didn't want another blood oath favor.
Not again.
Speaking of, not again. So back to the polar bear fight. Top of the round, Milo death save. Immediately fails. From the damage from the springs trap and the flashbang and the bear attack, Milo is already down and already dying. Poor Milo.
I know. It's so
Uh,
unfortunate.
it's something about having a constitution just not working out well for you.
Valafar gets to finally show some combat magic, which we haven't seen before. And you use Phantasmal Force to chain up a bear. Kinky.
Well, my original thought is Phantasmal Force is an amazing spell. It basically
Yes.
it changes people's perceptions. It basically lets him fuck with reality a little bit. And the fact that it's available to a level 6 a level 5 bard is very, 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 very great. my favorite spell for a bard, just because it lets me do whatever the fuck I want. It was either create a giant pit of spikes that he thinks he's falling into, or chains. And I just went with I went with chains because I don't think like falling into a pit of spikes would be as cinematic.
It was smart.
That's a no.
Man. It that changed the rest of that fight drastically because it didn't really get to do anything else. So you pretty much ended the fight right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clever.
We stay in initiative.
Oh, Blair, if you're
Bear.
talking, I don't hear you.
Oh, I was gonna say illusion spells, man. They're about as amazing as a player lets them be.
Right?
You know?
True. And a DM.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not gonna take credit for it though. That was Josh. That was Josh being smart.
I mean,
that was a good move.
You didn't say no, and that's one of those DMs will yes and things, maybe tweak slightly here and there, like the clockmaker, but Freya, are you ever scared of spells? Like completely.
Yes.
I mean,
the higher level we
completely-
get, the more terrifying spells in the party's hands become. Yeah, we've now started hitting the point where it becomes really hard for me to ever imagine what people are going to do. And when we hit like level 11, it's just gone. For the rest of the game, I can never predict what the party's going to do. That's it.
I feel once you get to higher level spells, it becomes true cooperative storytelling. Because either you just say, no, this is my story, which is less fun, or, oh, all right, yeah, let's roll with that.
Yeah, it's going to be getting a lot scarier. Now, here's the thing, though. I reminded them of this recently. I have yet to throw spellcasters at them, really. So when that starts, they need to start being scared, too.
As much as we've gotten, I am terrified of what he's going to do to us.
I mean, try to rest. Try to take a long rest. You guys know the party never gets a full night's rest. It seems. Add a spellcaster to that.
Yep.
So, all right, back to the polar bear fight. Valfar has the bear thinking it's chained up. Quilly heals Milo. Good move. Adrian fires the polar bear.
True.
It's not fireball. Is it firebolt?
Scorching rays.
Scorching rays.
Yeah.
One of them fire spells.
Yeah.
One of them, their fire spells.
All mono red plays the same. It's fine.
God damn it.
One of Adrian's very few offensive spells. Doesn't have a lot.
Hey, it works though. I am victim to autocorrect again. So, for this round, Melon just sits there.
Yep. Melon.
I
Melon.
mean,
just
he is
sits
a
there.
melon at that point.
He is pretty much a
Yeah,
melon.
he's a blinded dead melon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's not
Hey,
popping
that's
the
a
strength
band.
at all.
Oh, is it blind melon? Blind melon.
Yep.
Yeah, blind melon. I was like, why does
Melons
this
don't
sound
have eyes
familiar?
anyway, so he's just a melon.
Slowly but surely, I'm influencing this party being turned into fruit and vegetable.
It will happen. It will happen.
Yep.
Valfar, run. The bear is still bailing all these in saves. Valfar goes over and finds the half wall, just kind of like.
I'm trying. My mind is all right. This bear was in my way. I'm trying to find something cool, find something to steal. Like these people are all getting in my way, and then it's like, fine. Like it's like I'm doing you all a favor.
Yeah, in Adrian's mind, you just look like the biggest idiot down there. like there's just a bear and you're just touching walls. Adrian was just like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is this group?
Yeah, what the fuck
that
is
I've
this group?
hired?
I got a barbarian that's shrinking in size. I got a thief that's not a very good thief, and I got a tiefling who's just groping
Petting
walls.
walls. Yeah.
Like, He's like, where did my 150 platinum go?
It was at this moment
Yeah.
that the man realized he had made a mistake.
Yeah.
Mistake.
And Adrian's used to working with like
Professionals.
very professionals, yeah.
Or actual people who are actually competent.
Yeah.
And trained.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Not anymore.
Oh boy, I just thought of the song "Furry Walls" from Get Him to the Greek.
Oh God. Yep.
I love that movie.
Holy fuck.
I haven't seen it in years, but I love that
Oh my
movie.
God.
Yeah. As Blair alluded to, Quilly goes to attack the bear, runs into a wild magic roll that shrinks Quilly.
Because
Freya, how long does this last?
It's 1 or 10 minutes. I think it's
Oh,
a
wow.
lot. Yeah.
It's one, yeah.
So even if rage
Okay,
ends in
so-
theory, she's still just tiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
she wanted to be a wild magic barbarian.
Well, they
I
expanded
love
the
wild magic.
list.
Well, that's the thing is Quilly's
Yeah.
no longer a wild magic barbarian.
Yeah. Path of the Zealot now.
Quilly is
Oh,
a
yeah.
zealot now, and I decided we wanted to keep the wild magic, so I've expanded the list to 60
Oh.
possible things.
You
Yeah.
sick,
Yes.
demented
Yes.
creature.
It was Izzy's idea.
It's a great
Of
idea.
course it was. Of course it was.
Oh,
his-
the list is so good. Like some of the stuff is like could be excruciatingly bad for you guys, and some of it is just like ridiculously powerful. And a lot of it's just funny. And
Does she
or
summon
slightly
her god
inconvenient.
on like a natural 20?
Well, it's a series of 2 rolls, and also no. But some
Like,
of
it's
it's
straight up
some of
divine
it's
intervention?
pretty crazy. No, there's not exactly that on there. But you guys will have to find out. You'll need to start pissing Quilly off more to, get more rolls out.
Don't tempt this group to do that.
I
Yeah.
am.
Malafar
I'm
almost
directly
got there.
inviting you.
But that means we gotta be less diplomatic and kill everything.
Should always kill everything.
Yeah.
I
Just
see
a
a lot
group
more
who-
combat coming our way past that trace, but that's just me.
Oh,
Yeah.
We have some really bad stealthy people in this
Yeah, we
party.
do.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like at least most of them. Yeah.
I just thought of Kalis's chainmail armor.
Yep.
Most
Chainmail
notably.
armor. Adrian's no good at stealth either. I think he's got like a +1 compared to like Theron's +7 or whatever,
E. Not good.
Nope.
Nope.
Speaking of bad at rolling, Adrian rolls all ones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I
for
rolled 4
Yes, he does.
in that one session.
yeah.
I think
In,
4
like
total
one
natural ones.
Fight pretty much.
Yeah. I rolled a natural 1 on 1 out of 3 of the Scorching Rays.
Yep. That's here.
And then the second Scorching Ray, I rolled another natural 1 on one of them.
Oh, this is the second natural score. This
Yeah.
second scorching ray. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
It's brutal,
I-
man.
yeah. It's brutal, but the
Yeah.
bear still thinks it's chained up and now
Yeah.
on fire.
It's our only
So,
saving grace right there.
things are great.
And then I put
Um,
it out of its misery.
Pretty much as Milo, Blind Melon, just pats around him and finds a small dagger hilt thing, a kid, his uncle. What?
We don't know.
It's a bunch of dwarves that are here that are just laughing.
This was one more dwarf.
There's one more.
There's always another dwarf.
There's always another dwarf.
There's always another dwarf.
I think at this point the uncle's like, all right, enough of this, and throws a bag of dust and stuff in the air.
No.
No.
No?
So the uncle is inside the room. No one's bothered to look in. He's just been watching
Right.
this. His
Right.
nephew,
Yes.
Ricky, has been turned into a polar bear to go fuck them up. He gets turned
Yes.
back into himself when the polar bear runs out of hit points, and he pulls out dust of, it's like dust of choking, something like that, dust of wheezing. I forget the name of it, and he just throws it into the air, and fails his own save. because he wants to push the issue because he felt like a badass as a polar bear, fucking almost instant nuking this halfling. So that's what that is, and no one really cared to ask what the dynamic here was. So that's all we know for now. Is just suddenly there's this giant fucking dwarf laughing, and dude bro dwarf Ricky throwing dust in people's faces.
And
All I
Milo is now choking, blind, and dead.
Just like I was waiting for someone to just put a gun to his head and just take him out.
Take him out.
He was ready. He was ready. He was ready. He's like, I'm ready for this, please. Just let it end.
He wouldn't
Oh,
even
Willie
die,
also
dude.
failing, like so fucking hilarious.
He's died so many times in this campaign. Just so many times.
just out of his misery. Oh, as we're reminded,
I think every single combat encounter except for 2.
Where he hid in a corner.
No.
The Knolls. I
The
don't think he went
Knolls,
down in either.
yeah,
of
the Knolls
fights.
and in 4. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
he. I'm just counting the ones where he actually like participated.
Yeah. Every other
Participated.
encounter,
Yeah.
he's been unconscious or dead.
Yeah, because even the one he hid, that was the airship, right? I mean, he still got fucked up.
Oh yeah.
3
Got
times,
super
like he
fucked up
got
there.
down, healed, up, down, But yeah.
The elemental spawned in his room.
Yep. No, that was a personal fuck you from me on that one. That was I knew it was coming, and so I wrote in that they were gonna come in just from the outsides. But yeah, no, this particular scene might be the most embarrassing moment for Milo so far, other than his introduction.
So far.
Introduction was maybe worse with the handcuffs, but this one, blind, deaf Melon, now just coughing and wheezing in the corner with no idea what's happening. So brutal, man.
Is the uncle of the gnomes here named Phil, or did I fill that in my head?
Filbert. His name
Oh,
is Filbert.
Uncle
Because-
Phil, good.
And dwarves, dwarves, not gnomes.
Dwarves, not gnomes.
Yes.
There's always another dwarf.
So, good. I'm glad that my note here of Fresh Prince of No Air.
Yes. Oh, that's so good. What the fuck? Oh, that's so good. That's my favorite note you've had all campaign.
Great. So
What the
then
fuck?
we get they're like, all right, enough of this. Boss man Omfeed gets called. Omfeed teleports everyone down to the basement and just laughs at everone.
I
This
don't blame him.
Yeah.
it's just, oh, this is the best you had. Oh, that's so funny. This is great. Oh, you guys, look at you. You tried so hard. It didn't work at all.
He's like, "Oh, you're cute."
Yeah, it was very condescending.
Like if I should have just shot him. I know it wouldn't have done anything. I know it wouldn't have done anything because he's got like that freaking cloak. But I could have shot him. I could have done it. Nobody would have known. I could have done it.
Would have done it. Anyway, he still wants to give you more tour because Amphi, the museum curator, wants to show off his wares.
Yep.
Leads everyone to a fancy elevator. We hit a part that has 2 statues in front of a room that has statues and plaques devoted to each of the gods. It's in the note for the next episode, but the 2 out front, I don't have a note for the one right here, but the other one is Gromsh,
Yep.
which is great because someone has still a mark from Gromsh and immediately just blacks out like they got kicked in the back of the head and
Yep.
bleeds a lot more.
Yep.
And that's how we end that episode.
Mm.
Chaos isn't dead yet.
I would like to
Yeah.
quote, reference a certain movie, which the actual quote is, "You see what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass?" Screamed many times over and over, and I would like to change it to, "Do you see what happens when you when you fist a god in the eye.
Oh gosh, which is great because that's nowhere near what my note for the end of the episode is. Just on
What
feed,
is
you've been hit by some smooth criminals.
He just
No,
got
you
hit
did not.
struck by not smooth criminals
Not
at
smooth
all.
criminals at all.
By
At all.
Milo's
At all.
bullshit.
Yeah, that's the end of episode 19. Woo, ah.
It's a
How's
stressful
everyone
one,
feeling?
huh?
It's as a viewer, completely not stressful. Because I'm just like, well, that didn't work. All right. How are you going to dig yourselves out of this? What would have stressed me out is if Amphid actually seemed to have cared. But the fact that he just kept giving the tour, I'm like, all right, this is going to go for until someone sets off an alarm. And then Milo set off an alarm and we got a polar bear. And I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
It was more like along for the ride instead of like, well, there's no plan at this point anymore, so I'll see where it goes.
The moment I knew they were all freaking out was when Omfeed comes back and it's just Derek and he just continues.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everyone's
Remember
like,
I said, like, ask me
What?
what I wish I did?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, I was just so thrown off that he just continued.
Yeah, everybody was. Trust me.
I just blinked. I should have done. I just said fuck it and
Yeah.
fucking like did the detect thoughts when you drill into their head.
Yes.
Just
Oh,
Fuck it.
Yep. There's a lot going on there, though. You know,
Yeah.
that was a
Or at
a
least-
very compound and unpredictable situation for you all.
Or at least waited until like Kalis and Tini got back so I had backup
Yeah.
yes.
in case we started to throw down.
My thought was we should just hold him hostage. Like
I thought
it
about
was
it
really I was.
too, But I mean, the moment where he's like literally teleporting at will.
It's hard. Yeah,
It's
that kind of
it's like,
that
dude, this
killed
guy
it.
must be. Yeah, like there must be like this guy's in his element. Like we know nothing about this fucking place. Starting a fight with him here would it seemed like such a bad idea.
What, you didn't want to deal with lair actions in a museum?
I had a feeling he would have some. Yeah.
Yeah. It was possible, but it would have been challenging.
Yeah.
It's in these situations too where a lot of times, and Freya, you don't have to respond to this, but I wonder, as a player and as someone who has DM'd like a couple of games, what happens if in these very tense, very high stakes steal the thing mission, if you just go up to the owner and try honesty? I'm always curious,
Depends
just like,
on the
hey,
situation.
I mean, yeah, obviously, but this almost feels like a perfect time to try that, just because of Omfeed's not caring, and things we find out then in episode 20, where he's just like, oh well, and then once bigger things are revealed, just goes, yeah, okay, I've got bigger fish to fry. I don't care about these other coins. So in hindsight, I'm always just like, what would have happened if we just walked up to Omfeed and went, hey,
I know
shit's going down.
Freya says to us if we didn't disguise Kalis, he would have just let us in just based on the fact that he had the eye on his forehead. I know that.
He would have been very curious about that. So because they were set up for this, while he did not know everyone in the group, so actually at the start, like when Tinny and Adrian go over there, he has no idea who those two are. He just sees that they're helping, and then they're like, oh, the group's with us, and that's when he sees and goes, ah, okay. You know, Quilly's really fucking obvious. So, you know, dead giveaway there. That's when he's like, oh, I see. This is funny timing. It's happening tonight. Had they just gone up to him, he would have humored them and played along for a while, but at some point would have just been like, you know,
I'm not gonna let you destroy my museum.
this isn't what you were hired to do. you know, if they were really being like super docile with it and whatnot, he would have just been like, this is cute. However, you know, you've failed. You know, I'm not gonna kill you or anything. There's no consequences. It's just, you know, haha, you know. But depends. I mean, that's kind of that's a very broad question. Like,
Obviously, it's specific to each situation, but
yeah,
I've it's so rare to see a group spill their guts and try honesty that anytime it happens, it's interesting to see like, oh, well now you don't have to like go through these web of lies, and half of the actions are the same anyway. So
yeah. I mean, I would love for groups to try that. Like, I think it's great. Like, so especially if you have some kind of leverage and like a reason for that to kind of go in your favor. Cool. They could have had the bargaining point of, hey man, if you got these coins, hand them over. We're gonna have to investigate some shit. Maybe we won't shut you down forever because I'm the law. But also, I totally understand Adrian just being like, I have no idea if they're here, what this guy's intentions, what his knowledge is, and not wanting to trust that at all.
Yeah, because Adrian would just be like, it'd be a shame if we were kicking this guy's door down with like, you know, a warrant, right? And he doesn't have it.
Exactly.
You know,
Or like
you know?
if he has
Yeah.
it and he just genuinely doesn't know, like, you
Yeah.
know, there's very different things. Like, Adrian's not out there to be, you know, he's not out there to be bad cop all the time.
Yeah.
No.
So
And bring a bunch of, you know, Arathian paladins to a lawless city is just a recipe for.
yeah,
Yeah,
if you
all out
don't need to
war?
bring him down there
Yeah.
to Scarleton, and
Yeah.
you have no idea what
The political
what could happen with
ramifications of
that. Exactly.
Yep.
Like there's a lot of stuff there. So
Yeah. It I mean, I agree with everyone's decision beforehand. Like, I didn't think Omfeed would have even been that amicable to it to entertain it for a while.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, once we see the character, once we see what's going on, I'm like, huh, I wonder if that would have worked.
I
Or at least
also
how far that would have gone.
intentionally- I built his personality to be. It feels like you're being misled by him,
Mm-hmm.
just by nature of his being so boisterous and by his function of like just what he does in life.
Yeah.
So I kind of did that intentionally, knowing that it would make everyone be like, I don't know how to read this guy. And like, again, like he's got a deception and a persuasion bonus. Like they're both like plus 14 or something like that.
Yeah.
He's a very charismatic man. He's really, really hard to read if he does not want you to. But yeah, I mean, I like to let the party, you know, if you guys can talk your way out of a situation, fuck yeah, go for it. Like, I'm all for that shit.
Encounters.
And there was a distinct possibility they came out of this with Omfeed as an ally. Like there was there was a lot of different ways this could have gone. I left it completely open. I had no expectations or plans for this. This is when I set up the museum and I went, I gotta let the flock go and see what the fuck happens here.
We let our freak flag fly.
Yes. But yeah, that's the long and roundabout way to say that they honesty might have worked better for them in some regards. But yeah.
All right. Cool. Ba-da-bum-bum. Anyone else wish they would have done anything different in this episode specifically? I mean, it was kind of fly by your seat of your pants, so you didn't really have.
If there was one thing, I think Adrian probably would have stayed with the group and just let Milo fucking go down there, but that's about it.
Yeah.
That's a maybe, you know. You know.
That's player Blair, maybe, not character Adrian, maybe.
Yeah, like Adrian was like, no, like me personally, I would have totally let Milo go down there by himself. Like it could either work out in like Mikey's favor, where like, you know, he does some cool shit, or B, he fucks it up so bad that Mikey learns that it's probably not good to leave the group and do your own solo thing, you know. So for me, it was like, as a player, I'm like, yeah, I'll just let Mikey go do whatever he wants to go do, and he, you know, if he fucks it up, he fucks it up, you know, whatever, right? But Adrian is more like, fuck, maybe I should have stayed with the group to make it less obvious that we were, you know, here to rip this guy off.
Again, like I said, we could just gaslit him, say like, there was never a halfling here.
Yeah, there's something like that. Yeah,
That would have been
Me, the-
extraordinarily hard.
yeah. Yeah.
It could
Well,
be
what
with
Blair-
with a plus 14's a little rough at level
Yeah.
5. It's possible though, and knowing
Not
what
impossible.
Yeah.
knowing what you knew about him then, or the lack of knowledge you had there, like that could have worked. You know, that would have
Yeah.
been fucking amazing if it did. Just like, what do you mean?
Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, me as a player, like anytime Mikey wants to go do his own thing, I fucking love it. I just love it. Because it's such a wild card. You have no idea what's gonna happen, and it's so funny. So it's just like, yeah.
And he's really the only one in the group who tends to be inclined to do that.
Yeah.
I think the rest of you are typically at least staying in like groups of 3 seems to be like the strategy, which makes sense. But sometimes it is fun when I don't have to put shit in your way, when it's just like Milo just sprints off down the stairs and you're like, fuck.
I don't know. I
Okay.
think a lot of it, for me at least, is because I've been raised on the age-old adage, "Don't split the party."
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah. But it's so entertaining when it happens,
It
though.
always makes the best story elements, you know?
Yeah,
Does.
yeah, it does.
Like inevitably, anytime the party's split, especially when it's, you know, like 4 ways or whatever the fuck.
Oh,
that it's
more dangerous for like low level parties to split up.
True.
yeah.
Like higher level, like if you're a high level character, you could go off by yourself and
You can
Back
usually
to the-
escape.
get back to the party before like everything gets you fucked up.
Yeah.
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 We've been pretty good about not splitting the party recently. Yeah, outside of like this and Theron during the Kit Wallace stuff. The group's done a pretty good job of staying together. I always find it more interesting when the group does split up though into groups, because then there's more, I think there's more character interactions personally. Like, you know, there's less pressure for a group of 6 for someone to speak up and try and talk one-on-one, whereas like if 3 people offer on their own, there's more inter-party dynamics going on. So
Yep, I get you.
which is why I think it's really cool when our party splits up in city hubs.
Yeah, the social interaction splitting up
Yeah.
is really where we build a lot of characters, where character reveals their intentions, that they like being on the brink of death and want to die.
Yeah.
I don't think comes up in a full group setting.
No.
No. Do you think I hate to ask this question, but how much how much more pleasant of an experience do you think it was for Milo also being blinded and deafened?
Horrible.
But if he loves
Mikey
it,
felt about
but if he
it,
loves it,
I-
man,
you know, but for-
Milo's into it.
I don't know, man. Milo, like again, the funniest moment of the campaign for me had to be him and Tinny's talk. It was just like,
Oh my gosh.
it was so out there. And then to hear from Mikey that he's been holding on to that for like 2 weeks, I was like, oh my god, like what?
So good.
Yeah.
Milo sits down when he's finally content.
Yeah, I love Milo. It's again, it's a wild card it's a
So
wild
good.
card and a personality that the party really needs, right? Because you got a bunch of just fucking miserable motherfuckers,
Yeah.
you know, in the party. Like, you know, like Kalis and Quilly, you know, they're just Debbie Downers a lot of times. More Kalis than anything.
Kalis
Theron-
is just
That hot
Yeah.
dog man.
Theron was like the fucking king of being a Debbie Downer. It was like a competition between Theron and Kalis of like who's more tragic, right?
And then
You know what I
and then
mean?
when Volcar was
splash of
down,
Volcar.
you know,
Yeah.
the 3 of them were
Yeah.
really just like, I'm
Yeah.
the saddest, I'm the edgy one here.
Yeah, and then Milo being comedic relief was just like a nice breath of fresh air. Quilly had her moments too of just being fucking
Yeah, I
funny.
got,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Derek's
then
cell
Derek
phone.
is just like, as far as we know, Derek is like just the most normal out of everybody.
Yeah.
He's like I grew up in a caravan.
waiting for the
you know?
dark twist
Yeah.
that at the end that comes with you, because there's got to be something messed up with this group.
Little hints of it.
You are like the most normal person in the entire world. How are you still a person?
So yeah,
This
There's
how-
got to
this
be.
how-
There's got to be something wrong with you. There's really got to be something wrong with
no
you.
one's taken the time to talk to Derek about it though.
Yeah, and like no one
It's-
asked me about the Kowaddle. Like I
Yeah.
was like, oh, look at this cool Kowaddle. Oh, what? And they're like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I was
like,
like,
I don't
yeah,
think-
Kalis is sad. Shut up, Derek.
It's like I don't think Theron and Derek have ever had a one-on-one conversation when Theron was part
You
of the
know,
party. Like ever.
yeah.
That's Theron's fault, not Derek's. Theron was
Yeah.
in his own head a lot of the times, but
Darren was a jackass.
Shut up, Volgar.
There's so much you don't know about there, and so I'm just gonna hold my tongue until
Uh.
post campaign, man. There's so much going on with Theron.
Such a
Yep.
jackass.
You might change your mind about that post campaign. There's a lot of stuff you have no idea what's going on in his head.
Ooh, I
So.
can't wait for the debrief podcast. Ooh, that'll be fun.
Yep.
It's gonna be a series, man.
Yeah,
Give me like
we've
4
got
or 5.
yeah, we've got
I'm
plenty
just
of
saying, like-
episodes.
It's like in the I don't know, like the first, second episode before we started streaming, Derek showed everyone a picture of the Koado. He has never seen pictures of Koado before. He just knows it by. No one asked like, how did he knew what it looked like if he didn't know what the name was?
Yeah.
I mean, it was so long ago, and like the hard thing about those first like 2-3
I know.
sessions is you're trying to figure out your own character. You know,
Yeah.
that when other characters start throwing plot pieces at you, you're just like, cool. But what the fuck? How am I gonna react to it? You know, and it's so difficult, dude. I personally didn't have Theron figured out until like 10 episodes in. You know?
Same here.
Yeah.
I still haven't figured Volcar out. At all.
How could you? He's like wandering the desert right now.
Yeah.
It's a learning curve.
Maybe.
Like the only thing I have locked down for Theron is that like his sister's very important to him, and he's probably going through very bad PTSD, which is when your city is destroyed by a god, it's kind of understandable. You know.
Oh yeah, there's also an exhibit of the what city was it?
Sarah Lunith?
Yeah.
Sarah Lunith, yeah.
Yeah. Theron
And
saw
there,
that.
and there you see Theron running away.
if Theron had seen that, he probably would have fucking hated it, because it probably wouldn't have been accurate to what actually happened, because nobody knows what actually happened to the city outside of the people who were there, right? So yeah, Theron would probably fucking hated it.
I would have loved to see that. He would just nitpick everything.
He wouldn't even nitpick, he would keep it to himself, because that's who Theron is, right?
That's
I
true.
know.
He would
but
just
he'd
make
probably be
hi.
angry notes.
yeah, but
He's
he'd
just
probably be
that guy
very
that-
upset.
That takes everything and then bottles it down. He's gonna explode one
But you
day.
also have to understand, like, too, like, Theron's a character who he's with a group of people who weren't even alive for that time of his life. So it's like you can't relate to him, so he's not going
He's
to
with
try.
children. He's with children.
Pretty much,
basically.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not that Theron doesn't want to open up. That it's just like, how does he explain something? You know, it's like a World War II vet trying to explain World War II to someone who was born in 06.
Oh, good.
You know?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
You know, yeah.
Well, speaking of Theron, the beginning of episode 20 is the reveal of character art. Yay! It's totally not
Yay.
the inaccurate party that we're with right now. Not at all.
Eh, that's what it is.
It's fantastic
It's
art.
great
too.
art.
Yeah.
It is.
Who's your favorite
It's
art,
so
Ben?
good. Who's my favorite art?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm partial to Quilly because I had orange hair at one point and I miss it.
Fair. Quilly does look fucking fantastic.
She
Yeah.
was great, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
ugh.
For me, it's Kalis.
Kalos is good
There's
too.
so much
yeah.
good detail on his armor. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I like Derek. I like Derek the most just because like the pose, the holy light
Bracelet's
coming
really
down.
Nice.
Yeah, it
Mhm,
looks
yeah.
really like sick.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
shout out Melody for drawing Tinny.
Right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did a
Jesus.
great job.
Shout out to the artist who drew Valafar in 3 days. In 3 days, this guy got back to me. He is in Kazakhstan.
incredible.
I don't know if he's listening to this, but in 3 days, this guy got me after giving me a completely wrong version. Listening to my notes, and 3 days later, he gives me the perfect one
That's awesome. Incredible.
for $15. The guy is amazing.
Insane. Incredible. At the beginning of the episode, we get Calendar Boy, Kalis, who's in charge of the calendar, which I also wrote down. Kalis is in charge of the seas. Celery, calendar, Kalis.
Fair.
Um,
But is he in
he's
charge
the-
of himself?
No, that's
No,
Tinny's
not
job
really.
now. Good job,
Yeah.
Tinny. I think the only time. No, I have two. That's right, friends. I have two. Who said it? Who said it? This one's a two-parter with two different people. The first person says, "Oh my God, these people have giant targets on their backs." The second person
Josh.
said, "That is correct."
That was me. Yeah, that was.
Second part is actually it's on his forehead.
Quilly.
I'm gonna go Quilly as well. I'm gonna go Izzy on that one.
It was Melody. Kenny.
Oh,
Oh.
wow! It sounded like such an Izzy line.
But it was
Kinda
so
did.
good.
It's pretty snarky.
It was so good of like these people have giant targets on their back. No, it's actually on his forehead. Bleeding continues. Oh man. Feed takes a look at Kaelus's curse, the bleeding that's on his forehead. Does some magic and now really believes that is a curse from Grumsh. So hard to.
Yes.
I'm bad with names.
He's Grumsh.
Working
It's
more.
fantasy.
My next note, if
Gork and Mork are a better orc
Yep.
god. Yes,
Mew,
that's correct.
no, hold on, cat, please don't. No, I'm recording. Don't smash the keyboard. Thank
They're
you.
even better in their combined form, Gorka Morka.
My next note here, and I don't know when this started, but I realized that I was picturing Omfeed as the boss from Monsters Inc.
God, yeah,
God, I could see that.
I could
Jesus
totally
Christ.
see that.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
I don't know why.
If
can
he
see
wasn't a
that, actually.
Dragonlord, I could definitely see him as like that creepy.
Yeah,
Well, it wasn't
Spider-Man from
Omfeed who
Monsters-
became the spider.
no,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
not. That's why I later looking back at that note, I went, huh, weird. The group then goes into the room with the prayer god statues, which I will need help with names, Freya.
There's a
This will
lot.
be
There's a lot.
there's a
of them.
lot of
There's a
lore and backstory. My notes are skim. I have a cat
We
who's
got
going
the
to
lore,
stop my webcam at some point here.
the lore dump of all lore dumps.
Yes.
I
Druid.
screenshotted the notes on it, so I can totally send it to you if you want them.
Nice. Possibly.
Yeah,
I will be
Blair
fighting
took
with
really
a
good
cat
notes
for the
for it.
second, so I might need help.
I watched the stream on Saturday to get the notes. I was not able to get all those notes fucking in
Yeah, it's
the
a
middle of
lot.
the session.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
That was too tough.
We had Druid with the life death staff. I have a cat who just bit me. The staff that basically tells you if something's died in a mile radius.
No, they would not be able to die within a
Yes,
mile.
They're
radius.
not
sort of
be able to
such,
die.
Such
Okay.
powerful healing that it's able to stop things from dying in a very large radius, supposedly.
Supposedly. We have Zahir, one of the names I did get, who is a cloaked servant, has a bow and arrow. Cat, you can stay there. Okay. We had the leader of the Duskblades. Don't have that name.
That's fair. I'm not gonna get into all the specifics on everyone.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot.
Watch the episode.
There's a
like,
lot.
It's
Watch
there's
the
a reason
episode.
my notes for the museum are like 42 pages or something total, like with my session notes in there. It's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot.
It's a
about
lot. Yeah, it's
most
a
of the gods, not all of them on either side, but there's a lot. There's a lot of names. There's some weapons. There's some rumors, some stories, some Cyril Unith stuff. Maybe.
Yeah, I could tell Frey was done when he was like, "Here's Lolth," because once I get
Yeah,
the Lolth one,
yeah.
shit's about to go down.
Oh, I wasn't done.
Oh,
No, Josh just activated. Josh just did his
his
thing.
trap
No,
card,
there was more.
yeah.
There was more. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
Josh
even more I
just
didn't
turned
get to.
into the boss.
I remember.
Oh,
I asked
yeah.
which
Oh,
side you guys wanted first, so you
Yeah.
guys picked the order there. I was not done the Betrayer Gods. There's stuff that was missed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Didn't you
say
there's
this:
a whole room for the
that
Stormlord?
moment.
Yeah, it was in the back. You guys
The
missed
talking
everything about the
skeleton?
Stormlord. Yes, we'll get there. But essentially, they missed a one-armed skeleton character in the cord room that was in the back with even more for Thunderhead stuff. That was the coolest and the main part of the exhibit. They completely missed it because of some actions they'd taken earlier.
Aw.
Yep.
With a quick rundown of all my notes. We have Bane, Stonehide Giant, Bahamas. Oh, it's probably Bahamut. Bone Braids.
Amas.
Bahamas. Hey, you gotta love that autocorrect.
Yep.
Definitely not Bahamut.
No.
Yep.
Tiamat, next to Gray, Betrayer Gods, and the Prime DDDs.
The Prime DDDs.
Prime King DDD.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. It's Dagger Spill Your Guts, as I quickly called it. Everlight. I did like Ilwadin. Ilwadin?
Yep. Within the Redeemer.
Because I was very quickly writing down, and the way I spelled it was ILWADIN.
I will win. I love that.
I finished typing that, to which Freya went, I'm just going to send it to you because there's too many Y's in there. And I went, oh, what I spelled had 0 Y's in it.
Every vowel's a Y.
Yeah. We found out, hey, that's Chad.
Used to be.
It used to be.
If
My
we
last.
just get Liam O'Brien to voice that character and say you are not prepared, I think we'll be good.
I'll try, man.
You Illidan Storm Rage
Yeah,
fanboy.
And we come to the final, second, that's right, last round of Who Said It? There are too many goddamn gods in this world.
Could have been anyone. I could have said that
I'm
in this one.
going
I don't even
with
know.
Izzy on that one again.
Yeah, I go with Izzy.
Is he?
A unanimous Izzy, along with Freya's. I don't know, could have been anyone.
Yeah.
Even me. But those 2 words were the closest we got here, because it was Freya.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Thought so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
We have the madness thing, which is just a quick one of my favorites of like, yeah, there's this thing that if anyone looked at it went insane. We're not going to put it here.
We're gonna put it on display.
Well, it was
It's
maybe a guess at what the skeleton was like. You know, it wasn't. Again, a lot of the stuff that was quote in there or discussed wasn't actually in there. That's why I said there were depictions of or things like that. Some of it was parts of bodies and whatnot. So, but again, on the specifics, go watch the episode. I'm not getting into all that again.
Yeah. Then we come to the Spider Queen exhibit.
Yep.
There are 3 coins that come to Adrian's eye. And one in particular that I wrote down has a triangle and 3 lions like carved into it. Because this also catches Valafar's eye. Oh boy.
When I was writing Valafar, it was very, very little, and then I heard more and more about this coin. And I don't know if you guys remember in the episode before this, when Adrian described the coin, Val got very, very interested, very, very fast.
Yeah,
and I always made it a point of Val is rubbing his left hand. I made that a big point. He has a wrapping around it. I was trying to set hints that this might be a little something more to Val than you expect.
I will say, like, Adrian's very smart. Blair's really dumb, so like I would have never caught that, man.
They were not the most obvious. I will say this: they were not the most obvious hints.
Yeah, it wasn't anything like ham-fisted. But...
Yeah.
But I mean, this is like what I think counting last session. This is like my 4th episode playing Adrian. So like I'm like reset to 0, where it's like I'm still trying to figure out this character, you know. So again, I'm gonna miss stuff like that.
There's so many other details happening, you know. I mean, it's inevitable. You guys are gonna miss stuff either intra-party or stuff that I set up. It's just gonna happen. We have too many details. But hey, it's like life.
Yeah.
Don't catch
it.
Everything.
Is. Speaking of that wrapping, as then this coin calls to you, you take off. Valfar takes off the wrapping, and you see a perfect indent of a coin that should have a triangle and 3 lines put into it. Oh boy. God.
So I don't want to know if I can reveal a little bit about Val's backstory. If this is too much. Nope. Okay.
Nothing. Yeah.
I say I can't.
Val
But
did not
I-
die here.
Val did
is
not
still
die
out there.
here.
We'll see what happens.
Val is still out there. You'll learn some stuff, but Val is very much like that interaction is very much based in where he was before he met up with the crew. He stowed away upon the ship. There are some plot points that have to be discussed about Val and going
boy.
forward, but that basically turns him into a small avatar of one of the betrayer gods.
Yes. Val.
And so begins my twisted body horror show that I get to
Oh
put on.
God. Yeah.
Thank you. I will always be thankful to Fraya for allowing me to explore this twisted side of my brain.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Woof.
All right, here's my
You-
question.
Uh-huh.
Did you plan for this character to turn into a villain from the very beginning when you replaced Volcar? Or is this like something like halfway through where you're like, I want to play villain?
A little bit of both. I always expected him to betray you. Let me put it like that. He was always going to betray you. He's a pirate. That's what he does. He's not a good person. He is an evil person.
Take it personally. It's just business.
It's just business for him. It's always just business for him. He saw a use for you and you used it. I didn't expect it to happen this early, but it did, and it was great. It was perfect. But you were always gonna get betrayed. He's a pirate.
Interesting.
He's
And a
not-
bard. Never
he's
trust a
not
bard.
Yeah. He's not Captain Jack Sparrow, as much as I like to play him up. He's not the pirate with a heart of gold. No, he's a pirate who likes to who kills people. He is like an actual pirate from like history from the golden age of piracy, where they would murder just about anyone for pissing them off just because.
Mhm.
He is literally the devil. He has the devil's blood in him.
Yeah. So Val being spoken to, and also just achieving his goal of, hey, look, the coin I need. Casts darkness and then phantasmal force to try to chain up everyone. Adrian very smartly immediately does counterspell, to which there's some discussion that just reminded me of Magic the Gathering of like, all right, so it enters the stack. At
Yes,
this
exactly.
point,
Does
how
it
does
does it
resolve?
resolve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was me processing it and being like, plus he said it like so fast. He's like, I'm gonna do this and then this. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well,
Hold
you
on.
know,
Let me
give
counterspell.
give
Yeah.
yeah.
Gonna count
As
for
this-
darkness. It's just
Right.
Darkness is what I always wanted because it was like, if you can't see him doing something, that's gonna be a big problem for the group.
Yeah.
So like, whether the phantasmal force had gone off or not, like being able to see what he was doing would have played like a huge part, in my opinion, to what comes
Yeah.
next. So,
and also phantasmal force and darkness are both concentration.
oh well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me.
Well, that helped.
But yeah, being blinded there in that instance, the whole party, like that would have been a whole lot more chaos than what Adrian
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
wanting.
As the stack talk happened, I paused the podcast and showed Andrea like, oh my god, look at Mikey's Meowth plushie. Mikey just had
It's
subtle-
so cute, right?
He was holding on to that thing.
So the stack resolved. We countered the darkness, and then Val had the option to stand down and kept pushing. So we get our initiative rolls. Next note is just sleep by Val. TM.
Yeah,
Bye,
so
Val.
Val ends up with a 31 initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used my my inspiration because I wanted to go first because I needed to go first. For this,
And you did.
I-
That makes sense.
yeah,
And
it had to
everyone
happen.
rolled pretty high other than Amphi. You
They
got like a 3
did.
or 4.
Also,
which
yes.
is actually pretty good, but Val with a 31 just...
Our rolls
Uh,
were bullshit.
Yeah.
Where the fuck were these
'Cause-
rolls in the chat fight?
We get enough hit points to knock out Milo, because Milo's still hurt, and
Yeah.
just enough to the hit point
Yep.
to
Get
knock
Derek.
Derek asleep.
They both fall asleep immediately.
And that's when Freyr gives me my power boost.
That is when I
Yeah.
send him his character sheet.
I had not seen this character sheet until
I have no idea.
he, he made me a god that got his ass kicked.
I
Yeah.
sent it to him, and I said, you know, we had a little bit of a break where we were in secrets. I sent him the sheet, and I said, hey, so you're going to start out with a certain spell at this level, and here's your goal, and beside that, you're going to do whatever you want. But round 1, this is the move. And then I gave him a few minutes to look over the sheet, and he was very giddy as we lose Ben.
I know you cast an episodic on Ben.
Oh no, Ben, you got hit with the sleep spell.
I had such a good time, like playing around with that, and I wanted. I felt like I could have done more if I had had like that character sheet for a little while longer, just planning stuff out. But it was still so amazing. It was so much fun because I got to live my dream of being the DB's, the Dragon Ball Z villain. That, by the way, that's not even his final form.
Oh goodness. You can hear me,
that's
right?
true. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
No, I will confirm that. We'll see more of Val.
Go
and
ahead.
so the reason I sent the sheet then is because it was also new to Val, so like he wouldn't have had time to like know. It was just like, oh, look at
exactly.
the stuff I can do now. So that's why I did that.
I am a god now.
I've played a character that could have been a party member or a very big baddie, and was given both sheets. So I understand, like, ooh, power, except mine is still a playable character, and I'm like, oh, I can't use these really fun toys now.
I couldn't play with these toys. It was so hard.
Yeah.
My goal from that was get out torment these people as much as possible. Get out, because I had what I wanted.
Yeah. I spoke a little too soon about your unwrapping your hand. That actually happens here.
Yeah.
But
I wanted to make it look like this is something he's been fighting for a while, but just the proximity to all this power, it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And you see it throughout, like, Val is still in there somewhere. He's not a good guy. He is a bad guy, but he's in there, and he knows what this thing will do to the world.
Yes, there are multiple times where your body horror kind of two faces, and in the normal Val comes through and it's like, kill me now, put me down, and then gets like back in, and it's like,
So
no.
I've renamed him in. He's Badal. He's Bad Val. He's Badal. He's Badalafar.
But back into the fight, we have 20's Owl goes to wake up Derek. Milo's still asleep. The coin that Valfar wants, that's in the case, melts or liquefies into this ooze that just slips through the case, through the glass. Kind of turns into spider, or at least grows legs, and crawls up Val's pant leg.
Yep.
Calls it my butt.
And only Adrian sees it, and he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. As a player, I'm really aware that it probably didn't crawl up his butt, but
It's
No,
funnier
it's
that
just-
way.
it was just, you know,
It's
just like,
funnier. It's so much funnier. You're right.
Yeah. Me off. It's like, yeah, if it's gonna crawl up his leg, like I'm gonna make this the, butt of my jokes.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But Derek, twin spell haste. Still have it here.
I still have it.
You still have it. Good. I also lied. There was one more. Who said it? This one should be easy though. Quilly, you feel like you had a Red Bull. Sponsor us, please.
That was Fraya.
Rare.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Still sponsor us,
Yeah.
man. I mean, at this
Which
point.
in all caps I have. Maybe if we had the Red Bull boys still, you'd have a sponsor.
I wish I could say I was sorry. I'm really not.
No, it's fine. Val, oh my gosh, Josh, you are also in the middle of all this, completely laying into each character, guilt tripping them so hard.
I like to think that this Lolth is a character that I have a lot of like knowledge of, because I've read a whole bunch of books about like these characters that she's twisted and corrupted, and I love all of them. And my thought was, all right, so he's good. This is someone who has been watching them for a while. That power that's corrupting him immediately has access to all that information. So if he's never going to seem like he's on the back foot, but he's going to use every piece of information to psych these people out.
You're saying stuff
to torment these people.
You're saying stuff to Quilly like you're gonna kill me like you've done before. All your parents are dead. Like, oh.
My thing with Quilly is she's told us about that information. Val was there when she talked about that, and also this Kalis writes everything down.
Yeah,
and he was alone on that ship for the 5 days that they were traveling, and no one found him.
Oof.
So he has a lot watching them for a while. Let me put it like that. But my thought was, let's take the Joker, Jigsaw from the Saw series, the Green Goblin, and all like these like mastermind-esque characters, magically torment their victims, pull them all together in with godlike power. Let's see what happens.
Gross. I mean, good. Glad I'm not playing against that. Back to the fight. Quilly slaps Milo awake. I saw Josh talking, but I have had a weird connection loss. I didn't hear it if it happened.
I don't know.
It's not okay, but hey.
I think I might be a little off, so I'm just gonna refresh. Do a quick refresh.
Okay. All right. Back to the fight. We have Quilly slaps Milo awake. Here, I just imagined Clefairy doing a double
God damn it. Yes.
Yes. We take a small break here. Halifar went to a secret chat, which I just have Val ... What? We have the Eldritch horror spider synoptic. Tried to. Oh boy, body horror. Hooray! Fun.
When Fraya told me about what he could become, I watched a few Cronenberg films. The Thing was a big one. The new one, which is kind of like the Crimes of the Future.
Mm-hmm.
Videodrome was a big influence on that one. Like, there's these weird body horror movies that just really, I wanted to make it sound like this is the most disgusting thing you've ever seen in your entire life, and it's coming for you.
Yeah, especially with the things you're saying. The next target for your rebuke, although I don't want to use that word because that comes up later. Poor Kalis abandons anyone who gets close to him. Oh. I mean, yeah. No one's ever going to love him, stuff like that. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, my thought was, from what I've learned, just watching him, the character pushes people away immediately because he doesn't want to get hurt. So you play on that. Oh, poor boy. He's so pitiful. Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Which Kalis doesn't like. He does a lot of damage, chops one of the legs off that are coming out of your mouth, which I think is poor at this point. Yeah.
Yep.
My next note. Oh, I love autocorrect. Tinny runs to the window and casts 4. Like 4 is in golf, not fire. It should be fire.
Just throws a 4 at them.
And then Freyr gives me the thing. I'm not a tiefling anymore, so my resistance to fire doesn't work.
Yep.
Is very bad.
Is
decidedly not a tiefling at this point.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is a twisted monstrosity beyond all hope of salvation.
2 turns ago, or 2 in the initiative order ago, you escaped out the window. Forgot to say that. Kalis
Yeah.
flies after you. Tinny goes to the window. You cast Hellish Rebuke on that fire, to which Tinny has this great line of, "I'm better at fire than you, honey." Oh, it's so
Hey, don't
good.
It's
forget, she's
so
holding
good.
3 plushies.
Ugh.
sis.
Yeah, she's
She's
I
still
still
got
holding the
plushies.
3
kicks-
plushies.
While she's holding a plushie, she kicked my ass.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was. Oh
So
man,
good.
bad
Uh,
bitch.
Milo wakes up to this, and sits down confused.
And
Adrian,
I put in the creepy what's it called? You know how at a carnival there's like that
oh
like,
yes,
like that creepy like xylophone music is now coming and people are still talking. And in her head I love what I will say this, what I said to Tinny was my favorite of like the lines. You let that, like, going after her parents. That was my
yes.
favorite, like, little bit, like, I'm coming for the bauble.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't have that note, but I remember that now.
He was threatening. He was threatening us. Threatening
I was
our
threatening Derek
family.
for, like, your family abandoned you, you're dead.
Yeah.
I'm coming for them as well.
Other way, I abandoned him.
Yeah,
But still,
you
still.
abandoned. Yeah.
Throwing a lot of shade
It's
all
still-
around, man.
I was
and-
not I think the only person I really didn't hit was Adrian, just because I had no idea who the fuck this guy was.
Yeah.
True.
If Theron had stayed on the ship and heading, I would have said a lot about him.
Yeah.
Again, Kalis keeps very detailed notes.
True. In the fight turn order, Adrian throws a chromatic orb, which I think Val just absorbs. Doesn't work out.
Yeah,
Sends
something
a
about rolling a 3 on the D20.
yeah, and you
Mhm.
send a quick message to Zentha, also like, "Hey, we need to talk."
No, I walk back up to Amphede and tell him we need to talk.
Feed.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
gotcha. Derek, actual Val is in your head saying, asking to be heard, asking to be put down.
Yeah.
And you're like, great, guiding bolt, and quicken spell firebolt. Whoa, which is fantastic. Does good damage. Quilly
Oh, yeah.
flies. Go ahead.
Enough damage. No.
Not enough, but good amount.
Willie flies for the first time. She uses
Yes.
her
I
things,
love
which
this.
is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally. Casts Thorn Whip. Lops an arm off of Valafar, which is now apparently dubbed the Quilly Special.
Yep. Yep. Willie was a wrestler,
Oh.
you know.
No, it's the Philly Special. That's why it sounded so familiar.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh.
I gotta change it now.
Val, you start singing "We'll Meet Again, Don't Know Where, Don't Know When."
There
There's-
was I don't know if you guys have ever seen Castle, that like that old like cop drama.
Oh,
No, I have
There was
not.
this serial killer that they thought they had killed him, but they found this like USB drive with that song on it, and I think forever I will now always be terrified of that song, because in the right context, in the right way, it is the most terrifying thing you've ever heard. And that's how I wanted them to feel, like, I'm still here. I'm coming back for you.
every breath you take, every move you make, I'll be watching.
That was actually a close second. I will say that. I will say this.
Amphi
Oh.
dimension doors behind Valafar and does poison spray, to which at this point we're leaving a 1-star Yelp review for the museum. Owner threw up on me, bathroom inaccessible.
Yeah, I would never return.
Yep.
Yes. Aw. Miyu broke into my room. I didn't shut the
good.
door all the way. Hello.
And at this point, so Josh has just been watching his hit points just get annihilated this round. And at this
Yes.
point, I take it down to 2.
Yup.
And I just see, as soon as I hit enter, like 3 seconds later, I just see Josh's face go, just real quick. And I was like, I know, man. I'm seeing the same fucking number you are. Whew.
And next in the turn order is Val, who dimension doors out of there.
Yep.
And there's nothing more. He gets away.
Okay, I didn't have another counter spell, man.
Ah,
I would have counterspelled that counterspell.
that's fair.
He did have to
That would have
counterspell
ended the
himself.
stack. So that would have resolved the counterspell.
Yep.
Counterspell the counterspell.
I had so much fun. That was the most like playing as the ball. Like I'm not normally into PvP, but that was just so much fun.
That was. I don't.
I felt.
Okay.
Have you ever played that game Evolve, where you are like with
Yeah.
like the monster and
Yeah.
you're slowly getting more powerful, and then when you get to that final level, you just destroy everything. That's a
Yeah.
lot how I felt.
Yes.
I wish that game caught on. It was so much fun.
I know
Right.
it was.
It's a shame.
Also, I had just watched the new Hellraiser show movie, and it was awesome.
I have a funny
there's a
story.
hair in
when
my drink.
I was playing it when I was playing Evolved. I was the monster first level. I got immediately caught.
I hate
Then
that.
I managed to hide in the bushes, and the hunters couldn't find me for the entire time. So they ended the dome, and I walked the other way.
Nice. Oh my
That's
gosh.
hilarious.
I know,
Amazing.
and it's funny because they got a message saying that they caught me. If the monster gets trapped in the dome, it gives you a message saying he's trapped in the dome, but they couldn't find me.
That's
Interesting.
amazing.
And it had so many cool mechanics, and like the hiding. I was able to hide.
I
from
think
them.
it was a missed opportunity that really could have like just gone off.
Oh yeah.
The concept is so good, and I think they really do it with like Dead by Daylight is like
Yes.
the next evolution of that. But
Yep.
I like the concept of you're the monster in the movie.
Well, now we can
then
make our own, and it'll be Valifar.
And that game, I was able to evolve to level 3.
He
and
has
just mop the
truly
floor with
become the dread. He is no longer the dread pirate. He's the dread admiral of the Silken Fleet.
Yes.
them.
Yes.
No.
Well,
If
back to
that's a
clean
thing.
up. Yeah. If that's
He's
back to clean up
around
the
long
mess
enough.
that was left behind. Adrian, in detail, sketches the coin. Throws a badge at Omfeed. It's like, hey, I'm this. I'm a seeker. And Omfeed's is like, cool. Do you need any of the other coins? Oh, you said you do? Cool. I don't give a shit. This is too big. Here you go. Someone go get Zilphine right now. I have a Mew. Please don't sit on my keyboard. Okay, thanks. Things are shifting. I don't know if it's me. No, don't close. Okay, we're good. Cats.
We use the actual BBEG.
Omfeed's like, someone go to Zilphine right now. Originally, it was Milo, Derek, and Adrian who were going to go. Omfeed pops out a portable teleportation circle rug, which I found neat. That's a cool item. I like that.
That was not a planned
Hearthstone.
thing.
You
I
mean
just
a
thought it was cool.
Hearthstone?
That's fair.
No, it's a flying rug. It's a magic rug. Then literally the rest of the party's like, no, we're all going.
Yeah.
So we all go. We get some more lore dump, which is Adrian tells
He is the
Zilphine.
narkiest narc of all
Oh my
narcs.
Just
god.
fucking
Oh, that's
snitch.
a note. Don't worry, that's a note.
Adrian's snitch.
Champion of Loth took the coin.
Mhm.
Derek also comes clean. Explains
Yeah.
Fort Thunderhead.
Yeah.
What
They're gonna
happened
find
there?
out anyways. They're gonna find out, so might as well.
That's fair.
way.
So the group went to Fort Thunderhead. There was a summoning ritual brought in Siren and that's not the right word. Remnus.
That is the right
Yep.
word. There we
Remnus.
go.
Oh, trust me. That's not the word that's written here. REM. Remnus. There was a ritual to aid Lulth returning. They need an item from the pits that the cult under Remnus needed. They were given an orb not to touch in a bag that they need to set up in a Dwarven Lord's estate. There's a lot of typos there, so sorry if it was a little jank.
You're fine.
Up and down.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Next episode.
This was initiated about a few weeks ago. Kalis is just mad. Kalis is just pissed. He doesn't want to be here. Oh boy. Zilphine and Adrian go to the cradle, which is basically the inner circle, I assume.
It's where all the
It's
snitches
the
are.
headquarters of the Order of Erithus. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They go to the Prime Eye, Court Wizard, to which I have my note here is, well, I've got 5 good news and 1 bad news. The 1 bad news is, well, the 5 good news is here's 5 coins. The 1 bad news is the other coin.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And here's the note: Adrian snitches on Kalis, the paladin of Bahamut.
And he will get stitches.
Oh.
He do in fact get stitches.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Adrian snitches. Why'd I forget your other
Immediately.
character?
He doesn't even like think about it. He immediately goes for it.
Because he doesn't know the group.
Yeah. Why would he not, man? That's his job.
All he know, he met a paladin yesterday, and now today paladin has mark of Groomsh on his forehead, and he figured he's learned that he's in cahoots with the cult and didn't tell his order anything. That's literally all Adrian knows.
That's
Yeah.
a
About
really
said
big
paladin.
deal.
And then as for the rest of them, as far as he understands, because Derek explained the story, not Kalis, but because Derek explained the story, Adrian just thinks, oh, he's an accessory or an accomplice in this whole thing. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. It took me a solid 15 seconds to remember Blair's old/other character, Theron. There's the word. So Adrian snitches. Theron gets 17 scars.
Yeah, yes. Yes.
Prime Eye will probably shut down the museum. Thanks. Goodbye, Humpede. At this point, back with the group, Tinny tries to send a message to Zentha through a scroll of sending, and it was met by this weird character who quite literally means that all messages need to go through him.
Her.
And just opens his mouth. Her.
There.
Her.
Them.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah, sorry.
It's mostly, but her more or less. Who we have met before. We have met this character.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know at
We have,
least.
we have met Harmony the first time we met Zilphine.
Harmony.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, Zentha basically is like, oh, huh. That's about the response back.
Yep.
And Kalis is surrounded and led off to not be arrested, definitely be interrogated.
Off the cradle.
Yeah. Zentha teleports in, just goes and hugs Tinny. Everyone else should be fine, according to not Zentha, the other Zilphine. Yes. Just questioned, except for Milo.
Sorry, I see Dan laughing because he's like, "God damn you, all these Z's."
Yeah.
Fucking elf
except for-
names.
Except
Too
for
many
Milo.
Z's, too many V's.
Too many Z's, yeah. Milo is reminded of a vial of blood that Zilphine has.
Yep.
And is led off to. We'll find out in a few weeks.
When it comes back, it's
Probably
gonna be
being tortured.
Silo.
That's her whole plan. She just turns everyone she works with, gives them a Z in front of it. It's fucking Organization 13. Just throw fucking X in the fucking name.
Oh, yep.
God
That's what
damn
happened
it.
now. Oh,
Nobody's, no.
oh. what a shit.
Garrison, Kalis's superior, is led into the cradle. I believe Adrian clocks that looks like Garrison's going to take the fall for Kalis.
Kalis,
Yeah.
Yeah,
sees it.
Kalis
Kalis
looks at him,
sees it.
and he, they know each other quite well at this point.
And
They're
that's
brothers.
they're brothers. That's where we leave that group, because Fraya needs time to really flesh out this interaction.
I can see why.
Not- Oh boy. Oh boy. We get one little epilogue of Val and his own crew and ship sailing away on a ship called the Silken Spider.
I like to think that this is Val, like the creature that has become Val. This is not Val. This is not Valafar. This is Badafar, as he shall colloquially be known.
Mhm.
I took a little influence from.
Can't we just call him Eval?
Eval? Oh my God! Yes, Eval.
Oh, boy, I can't wait for the characters
is,
to hear that.
Great villain is Lemons.
Yeah, exactly.
Eval, I took a lot of inspiration. Like, he's gone from this, like, because originally when I described him as he's a pirate who works, like, he's not wearing like the finest clothes. He's now he has now complete control over him. This creature has complete control over the body, its faculties, everything. So he now looks like he's an admiral. He's in crisp clothes. And you're seeing that Lolth has a very big presence somewhere. So my concept was for the crew was they're all people, but they have like a parasite on them. Like a spider is like pulling them along. Like, I don't know if the best way I can describe it is a spider has drilled into their nervous system and is piloting them like a puppet.
Mech.
They are meat puppets.
All I can say on this
refer to Starro. That's the vibe I got.
Yeah, exactly. All I can say with this is Josh doesn't even know what my plans with that information are yet.
I gave him too much.
Someday, you are all absolutely going to lose your goddamn minds. That's all I will say.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think Balafar should attack the Sparrowwing caravan first. Just no particular reason why.
Are your people werewolves or something like that? Because that seems to be a big. Are snake people? Are you snake people?
I doubt his caravan gets the size it does without being very capable of defending themselves.
Yeah.
Are you the mafia?
Particularly the Sparrow. Like it's like completely defenseless. It has like a carnival and all that. Totally nothing hidden about that particular part of the caravan at all.
Yeah, easy pickings.
This is Derek wanting us to go to see his caravan. I don't blame it either.
But yeah,
Fraya
what a
has
fucking
no idea what
episode.
I'm talking about because we totally did not talk about that particular one, and
I have no idea what he means.
no idea. No, just attack that one, just see what happens. Go around and find out.
As the episode comes to a close, I believe the last words were from Derek that just go, "I hate Scarleton."
Yeah.
Yep.
Just the perfect button for
Yep.
these two episodes.
I almost named
Oh,
the
boy.
episode "I Hate Scarleton," but
Yeah. So that was fun. We Oh boy, Josh, who are you? I'm gonna have to wait to find out. I know.
yeah,
but like,
yeah, you'll find
Great,
out.
who
what
are you
happens
now?
Next.
What's
You'll
happening
find out.
next? What's happening next?
Find out
We don't
next
know.
week on.
Dragon,
Now,
not
every-
Dragon Ball Z.
Every 1 to 4 episodes for the rest of the campaign, Josh is going to be a new character.
I would love that. That would be great.
Even Blair, like, we're back where he could be either at this point. Who knows what's up with Kalis? We might have a new Danny character. Like, I'm at a point of great. There are so many questions.
We're 6 months in. Buckle up, buckaroo.
Yeah, we're 6 months in. I don't know who the party is anymore.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest with you. I don't see myself playing anybody other than Adrian for a long time. So
Guy.
Oh yeah, I
So,
wonder why.
you can be really solid on that. That's not a
Yeah.
lie. It's like,
Probably
I don't,
not because his bank account.
I don't.
He's
nothing to do with
he's a
it.
spoiled little rich
That was
bitch,
Freya's
yes.
idea.
Hey,
Freya
hey,
gave me
hey,
the number.
hey.
I lowballed him, and Freya's like,
Yeah, he
"No,
did.
it's more likely that you have this much." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that."
Yeah. But,
So
yeah, I mean, we had 2 episodes of relative fun. And,
Buddy.
you know, we had
So
to
we
follow
had
that
to-
up
we had
with,
to kick the
with a
stool out from under them.
stress-filled nightmare.
Yeah.
I just, Poor Milo. Like, he gets the polar bear encounter, and then he just has to sleep for the entirety of the next one, while most of the party is in the air with a Dragon Ball Z fight of, against this giant oozing insectoid monstrosity. And one thing I brought up to them is it worked out really well that Val had pushed the issue of, like, there's an assassin, and, like, pretty much cleared the line out.
Oh yeah,
because there wasn't other people around for this.
Yeah,
They could have had this fight
imagine-
over a crowd of 300 people.
I mean, I created Drozilla, remember? So people saw that.
They did, and we don't know what that might have done. We did not catch that at all because that was far away. I was on the coast, so I have notes on that one myself.
I am just imagining people are like, "What the hell is going on?"
Imagine there were a lot of gunshots going off.
Why is a giant kaiju coming through that we can't actually touch?
Yeah, but yeah, you guys missed out on a one-armed skeleton and the coolest of all the lore dumps that could have happened there.
We'll get there.
Maybe
Well,
you might have missed your chance on this one.
I doubt it.
But it is
A man can hope.
it's not 100% loss. I can say that. But we'll have to see. But yeah, Ben, I'm sure this was a wild ride to experience, huh?
It's yeah. I got very comfortable with the carnival games, and then I had to be just smacked upside the head. It's like, remember, betrayer gods. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing. Oh, I don't know who our party is anymore again. Great. Oh, we're back. Oh boy, consequences have actions have consequences, don't they?
I'm glad you say that because the next episode is called Consequences.
I remember
I was
that.
wondering what the title would be.
Yep, that is.
Oh god.
And as of now, that starts streaming in 35 minutes. So,
Yeah.
Nice.
I was looking
Yeah.
forward to that one so much.
Before that gets set up, any last things you guys want to talk about? Things you would have done
Yeah.
differently or just like,
Well,
oh boy.
I love how the party was in love with Adrian during his 5-minute cameo. Now they all fucking hate him. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, they can't bag on Val until so
We're
now
gonna
they
do
have
more
to
than
find
bag
a
on
new
him.
way.
When we find Val, like we're gonna do more than bag on him.
Yeah. Can we
Yeah,
just
they're
like
gonna.
first I want to shout out Josh, you killed it. Like I gave Josh so much freedom that I said, here's what's happening, like here's the scene we're coming into. This is Val's goal. Just do what you're gonna do with it. And I didn't know when he was gonna start that or any of that shit. So that was all Josh and like all the the body horror and the whole performance. You crushed that. That was
I
amazing.
love to perform. It's one thing I truly love. And this experience, streaming with you guys, doing the podcasts, have really given me a chance to get back into being a drama nerd. And the concept of playing such a twisted creature has always been my favorite. I did the Joker One Bad Day monologue for junior thespians in high school.
Amazing.
and I took a lot of inspiration from that, like pushing people. I wanted that creepy little like twitch of like the head like is now very puppet like, because that's what he is. He's a puppet now. And I wanted those jerky movements. The split came from, I don't know if you've ever seen the original Total Recall, not the remake with Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
There's this one character who's a mutant where he has like this robotic arm that he takes off, and he's got this tiny little mutant arm. That's where like I'm like, oh wait, I can split my arms. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm a god now. But I had so
2 hit points. 2
hit
points.
points.
They almost killed me, and I would have said if I had died, I would have said that a poison, just something like crazy would have happened. Like I get like the feeling of, I don't know if you've ever seen a piece of Akira. I would have wanted to do like the Akira move where he becomes like a twisted rolling mass of flesh that explodes.
So fucking
Hey,
close,
one thing I
man.
wanted to know:
Yeah.
if we were able to kill him, Agents still tell the Order about the artifacts at the museum.
Yes.
They're
It's
all
just-
been cataloged
it's,
now.
It's just like through like
It's just too
the
dangerous.
danger of the coins and then them just being out in the open for the public to see, where anybody could just walk up to it and see it, was just a huge like red flag to Adrian. It was like it was so bad. It's like, anybody played Mass Effect 2? So, you know, Mass Effect 2
yeah,
in the final DLC where they just have the Reaper artifact just chilling in the middle of the base, nothing
Yeah.
protecting it, no one guarding it, nothing. Like it's kind of that moment for
Shit's
Adrian where
gone
it's
wrong.
like,
Shit's gonna go
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, it's like you just have it out in the open, just, you know, big problem. So yeah. And then there were other things that like Melody and Kayla's pointed out to me where it's like there are potentially like 2 or 3 vestiges, you know, just chilling in the displays. You know, there was another one there. So I was just like, oh yeah, this guy's got some artifacts here that absolutely should not just be out on display. And the whole job of a seeker is to find these magical artifacts and make sure that they're not in the wrong hands.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's like Condemners. Like if Condemner's in the hand of some like, you know, paladin or something like that, like Order this doesn't care, right? But it's like if Condemner's just sitting out on display in a pirate city with no law, problem.
Yeah,
Like
I
putting
wanted to
nuclear-
use the example to really set up, because again, like, we're in the very beginning of the Age of Arcanum, and like the number one thing that characterizes that entire age is incredibly powerful magic being wielded irresponsibly at best. And I wanted us to really start setting that up and just kind of showing.
From what I'm seeing, like with Calamity and all that, it's the moving away from dependence on the gods.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's that like I don't want to say human, but mortal like knowledge that we're the gods now. We have our own power and magic. So these
So
were
literally,
these were
they're the gods
champion-
now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
these were
Repping
champions
Queens.
of lesser things. We are in control right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also like realized, like, because I was talking to Fraya about it too, it's like the vestiges aren't really like that well known yet.
They're not even a thing. They weren't created until
Yeah.
the Calamity.
Yeah.
Technically, no.
Yeah.
The vestiges are not a thing. However,
Mhm.
one of the items in there is what goes on to become known as one of the vestiges, at least
Yeah.
in my canon. And the others are just artifacts that either inspired them or there's some similarities there and things like that.
Yeah.
So while they aren't they're not vestiges, you know, the vestige because the divergence, you know, it's not a thing. But this is, it's very referential to that, yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, Adrian, again, him being, it's different from being a member of the Order of Bahamut. You know, it's like the Order of Bahamut, they definitely have like a hierarchy that they report to, but they don't report to a god directly. Order of Erithus does. So it's like if these coins need to be sought out, you know, and stuff like that, it probably came from Erithus herself, you know. So
So we would
Yeah,
have
he
lost
he snitched
we would
on
have
you,
lost
but
sugar daddy either way.
yep. So
Yeah,
Amphied
most
was
likely.
Amphied was kind of like slap on the wrist to Adrian the moment they hit the second floor. That's when Adrian was just like, yeah, this is no good. You have no security, nothing, you know.
None that you
let
know of.
us.
None
You
that I
let
know
a
of, yeah.
champion of Lolth in the building.
Again, you guys, Val in particular, with the calls of the assassins, massively changed someone who would have been
Oh,
involved in
no.
that fight and no longer was on your side that would have almost certainly gotten Val killed. So Josh, you saved Val's life the session before without even realizing it.
Mhm.
Because
I'm amazing. I totally
there
did
is-
this on purpose. I'm just amazing.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was like, hugely impactful. So,
Okay.
but again, in
Only
Adrian's
imagine the
eyes, yeah,
shitstorm.
it just led into like, wow, like this just
Mhm.
happened. So,
Yeah. And I'm not
Crazy.
gonna like say anything because I know, obviously, you know, Ben hasn't seen it yet, but like there's a lot of tension between Adrian and the group in the next episode. So,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it
I don't know.
creates
I
a
wasn't
lot
there.
of,
I wasn't there.
but it creates a lot of juicy drama because it's like, you know, from a player standpoint, it's like, yeah, you guys are stuck with this character. You know, from a story standpoint, it's like, okay, it's like, how are we going to integrate Adrian into this group, knowing that there's this much
I know you're
Friction.
a babysitter now.
for the time being. So,
but I think that's a good
Yeah.
Good spot
So,
to wrap it up at.
Look forward to listening to it. The earliest of which is in 27 minutes. So,
Yeah. A good episode. Again.
yeah.
Yeah. If we were able to kill Salafar, Kirk wouldn't have said a thing.
Derek wouldn't have said a thing?
Nope.
That's fair.
The only reason he spilled everything because the ritual, like, there's a fucking champion of Loth out there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows everything about all y'all's people?
Adrian
True.
had planned to bring Kalis to the cradle. The moment Kalis took off the circlet. But it would have been a lot more of a positive thing. It would have been more of like a, hey, we got a paladin here who's been cursed. Can we help him? You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Again, it's when you guys spilled the beans on the whole siren thing where Adrian was just like, you're a paladin dealing with the betrayer god situation, and you haven't gotten anybody involved in this. Like, you know.
I want to remind everyone, Volkar said at the beginning, we need a god's help. We should go to the Lawbringer. I want to remind everyone that I said that at the beginning.
Volkar and Derek, yeah.
I will remember that Derek and I said we should go get a god's help to deal with a god. And just because I was right and Volkar isn't here right now, I shall take that onto myself as I was right. Ha 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 ha.
Yep.
Round of
Well,
applause.
You got overruled because I mean the other four, were like, hey, let's keep this on the DL. So
I know.
So
Who's gonna believe
they were wrong, but I was right.
Kid? Yeah, who's gonna be the caravan kid and some weird Viking dude?
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
But we will see. We'll see what happens now. We'll see what the consequences of things are.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben, I guess I'll throw it to you for the closing statement.
Absolutely. Thank you again, everyone, for joining. Players Blair, Josh, IronDan. Thanks for taking time out of your Saturday to record this. Fraya, as always, absolutely. I love these debrief sessions. I look forward to them.
They're fun.
I very much look forward to seeing Consequences, episode 21. Streaming.
That's the name. That should be the name. Consequences.
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. Fraya, as always, thank you for DMing this mind-melting campaign. Viewers, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time out of your day. As always, follow Rathmore Games on all the platforms.
Yep.
YouTube, Twitch, most notably. Also, I think TikTok, maybe Instagram. One of them. OnlyFans.
Yep. It's true.
See Theron's butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you again, everyone, and stay safe. Safe travels. Happy gaming.
Happy gaming.
Happy gaming.